My name is Tim Ishee, and I raise Simmental cattle in Laurel, Mississippi. We started AIing with Simmentals in 1981, and we just kept AIing for 17 years. We did not own a bull because I convinced my father that that was the fastest way to move the genetics forward, was to not buy a bull. And he was a little skeptical of new things, as people of his era were, but once he saw the babies, and they were 100 pounds heavier than what we thought were good commercial cattle back then, he was all in. Well, I'll just tell you this, I'm a contrarian by nature. My dad was too, and he always said, if you're not the lead dog in a sled team, you know what your view is. So when everybody else went one way, I went the other. Case in point, when the Simmentals in the mid-'80s and early '90s got really big, my dad said it would be much better and much wiser to stay in the middle of the road with big-bodied, functional cattle. And it was a lot of fun selling these big breeders' bulls because we didn't follow the trend. But Simmentals, they can offer a lot of things. We have a big genetic gene pool to pull from, very diverse, and you can find any trait or a multiplicity of traits. IGS to me is one of the most wonderful genetic tools that ever came along, because it puts everybody in one basket. We get to compare everything we do to all the other breeds. Doesn't matter where they are, even some of the ones that are in Canada, and just about all the breed associations in the US, which means that my bulls and my cows are compared to all the animals that are in that genetic pool. You know, we have to be able to know where we are and what we're doing in comparison to everyone else. And if we're going to be profitable, you sure better know what you're going to do. And IGS just gives us that tool. But today, I pick cattle based on the fact that we're looking at phenotype. They have to be phenotypically pleasing with correct feet and legs under them, moderate frame, big body. They have to have really good EPDs, performance numbers, carcass scans, and of course now we've pushed that further even with DNA. Here's one of my really good cows. That's a Black Rock daughter. And I'll have to tip my hat to the Simmental and Sim Angus breeders in this country. They did their homework, and we did it, I think, ahead of some of the other continental breeds, where we selected for cavities and we selected for maternal cavities. At the same time, we tried to maintain our growth. And on top of that, we've put a lot of selection into marbling and ribeye and yield grade selections, and we can just about supply what anybody needs today, and they're going to get more dollars for doing it.